Ladies and gents and the rest, today is the day. Well, it's not today, it was a few days ago, but my big deck challenge journey has come to an end finally. And I'd like to tell you a couple of stories about it, a couple of funny stories, idiotic stories. I mean, the stories that I usually tell, right? So basically, what is a big deck challenge? Big deck challenge, this idea was born when somebody wrote in the commentaries, not even in my commentaries, somebody else's, that you need to spread resources between PVE and PvP units. And I explained that PVE can be done with PvP units, but the only thing that matters is levels. And I had like a little discussion with the person. I decided to do an experiment and to come up with a deck with that only has PvP units. Sorry, I had to record this part separately. I forgot to mention that the conditions of the challenge were that you can only use a booster and the rest, like you can't buy anything, not even like $1 deals. So on January 9th, when the challenge started, I bought the booster. This is Canadian price, so don't take it. Your numbers might be different. So these are the in-game things, so it doesn't count. These are not real money. And the last one is right there. So there is no, like I haven't bought anything else, only the booster, all right? I decided to take top PvP units and complete the entire PvE campaign, the sieges and the raid, using only those units. And I said that with levels, I can do anything. And it was almost true, but we'll get to that. So this is the deck. I hope everybody who plays competitive PvP will agree that these are the units that, like S or A tier PvP units. There is more, but I decided to go with this because I found a little synergy with those. That the entire challenge would took me 101 days. And when I give you this number, like what initially it could have been 76 days, but when I realized one thing, I had to add almost one more month to complete the challenge. So here's what happened. First of all, what did I do when I started doing this challenge? So I would do the weekly things, dungeons, these events, and these dailies. I never found experience like I would never do this. And back in the day when I announced the challenge, like we didn't have these numbers. It was 50% of what you see now. So you do daily stuff, you do weekly stuff, and I would only do the campaign when I would be 4 levels higher than the current zone, because I wanted to show how effortless it is, even if you have like only one deck. One more time, you only use these 6 units, and you can't use anything else, and you complete the entire campaign, right? So to get credit for different families when you're doing a campaign, I would use, I believe, Sylvanas as like for Horde and Undead, Hogger for Beasts, and I believe Rend, yes, Rend for BlackRock. So this is how I've done the entire thing. As I was doing that, I was progressing, everything was fine. I didn't have any problems with sieges, obviously. I didn't have any problems with raid. I had 159 sigils. I only had one last boss to do. And by the way, Onyxia died in like 20 minutes. So Onyxia is easier than the PvE, than the campaign encounter. I'll tell you which one and why. So Onyxia died. Raid was down. 2 sieges were down. When I got to Ysera, all I could do was I barely got the alliance credit, and this deck didn't have all 31s. I had like 28s, 29s, 30s, and I had like 131 unit because of the boost slot. Blizzard, during my challenge, Blizzard has buffed and nerfed few things, and all the buffs and nerf affected me in this encounter in a negative way. Blizzard nerfed a witch doctor, for those who don't know, like I believe like a month ago. So witch doctor now, obviously witch doctor is part of my deck. That's why it affects me in a negative way, right? Witch doctor has a shorter range now, shorter attack range, and a shorter explosion radius. That's why, I mean, he is now not as good as he used to be. It sounds like it's pretty minor change, no big deal, right? On top of that, this encounter has raptors. Raptors are now hit 30% harder. So here's one more buff that affects me. But again, like you have level 28s, 29s, 30s, and 31s versus level 27s, right? The final change, the final buff was the spiders. This encounter has spiders. Not only this encounter has spiders, but also the spiders have a first talent, which back in the day was garbage. We wouldn't care about it. But after the buff, that first talent turned into this explosion talent. If you kill the pack of spiders, they stun you, they explode, and they poison everything. So, if you go with this deck and you have a little army, that travels around killing things. Let's say if you have Witch Doctor, Griffon, Bandits, and Whelps. You kill one pack of spiders, your entire army dies. So I literally could not kill level 27 encounter with the deck that I had. I realized that on the day 76. And after that, I had to start farming experience until I maxed out all the units. Then I went back to Ysera, and only then I managed to complete it with Sylvanas, Rand, and Hogger. So that's why 159 sigils in all the dungeons, raids, and siege and dungeons took 76 days. This one encounter, not even the entire thing, but like this 4 credits, took me almost 1 more month to complete. Now, I haven't done the Heroic Siege, but Heroic Siege is like easier than the normal raid anyway, so I think it can be done pretty easily. But again, you guys don't need to do this challenge the way I did it, right? Sometimes, like for example, if you go to the Blackrock first boss encounter to this guy, you need Banshee, right? I didn't use Banshees because I had to prove the point, but you guys, you can take Banshee even if it's level 1. The encounter will be a joke for you, right? If you have Banshee level 1, it's already different. It's going to be much easier. And if you decide to do this now, to do something like this nowadays, the experience that you get is buffed. It's doubled now. So your journey is going to be much easier, much more enjoyable than mine was. All right, so I'm going to put the Onyxia kill and the last kills of Ysera on the separate off-stream, on the separate videos, because I did them off-stream. And yeah, they're gonna be unlisted. You won't be able to find them on the channel, but in the description, I'm gonna put the link with the entire playlist. And in that playlist, you will be able to find those videos at the end, right? Those are literally like last days, day 76 and day 101. I don't know if this deck is capable of doing Heroic Raid, because Heroic Raid is not out yet. There is a chance that you might need something else. But again, when you get to this point, you will already know how the game works, and you will be able to, to use your own thoughts to progress further, right? That's all.